And welcome to another edition of The Brew. Jersey Joe here, Ion, hanging out with you once again. And we know you guys love to talk about food. In fact, those are some of our highest rated shows here on The Brew. So the question we put on social media for this week is, what is a food that you should never microwave at work? We've all been there. You know coworkers overheated something, absolutely can stink the whole place up, something rancid. So what's a food that you should never microwave at work? We got a whole list of your answers, a bunch at the bottom of the screen as well. Lots to chat about on this one. So let's get to Joel over there live in Vegas. Joel, what's a food that someone should never, ever microwave at work?
There's actually a broad, general answer to this that's better than any one food that I can say, and that's something that smells up the entire station, especially station. Me and Joe are TV folks. No, but it's anything that can stink up the entire room for an extended period of time, and the worse the better, or the worse. The more smell, the worse it is. So, like, seafood I know is going to be most of people's answers because it just smells bad. But it could really be anything because you don't know what other people think smells good and what doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, the Family Feud people should be taking notes on this show, and this will be a great survey question for an upcoming episode of their show. Because the number one answer I'm going to tell you is seafood, any kind of seafood. When I worked at Fox in New York, one person in the newsroom decided to microwave fish. They put the fish in a microwave, hit the buttons, and then walked away for an extended period of time. Well, said fish started to smoke, and our entire fourth floor where the cafeteria was, the break room was, then decided to just reek of fish for not an hour, not 2 hours. You could smell it the next day going back in, burnt fish. So if you're going to microwave something at work, you at least got to take the responsibility of keeping an eye on it, especially if you're going to microwave something, you know, as pungent as that.
Right. Let's get to some of your answers now.
Yeah, and we got a lot of them going right now, and I missed the live one there. Apologize for that. But we got a bunch of your answers here. So what's a food you shouldn't microwave at work? Rock Guitar says cabbage. Jay City Picks says lima bean cookies. I'm not eating that anyhow. Yeah, Jeets too. Love that Twitter handle. Sends a gif of fish. I believe it might be salmon. Sue comments, fish, actually seafood, period. I like fish, but the smell travels a long way. Cornell Hockey Fan says fish. And the reply is stuck together. Oh, there you go. Coffee Sequence. Sarah says, fish should be grounds for termination. Ooh, now that is a good question. So what if you do, like, overheat food in the company cafeteria? I mean, is it your boss's right to haul you in an office and be like, we got to talk about your conduct here on the job?
I guess that depends if you live in a right-to-work state, because I do. They can fire you for it. They literally can fire you for it right now. That's totally legal, like, without question on the spot. But, dude, you definitely should be wary of other people at work and not be doing that shit. Don't even test them.
Don't forget, even if you don't work in a right-to-work state, if they want to find a way to can you, they're going to find a way to can you. And you hope that you're not that guy that gets canned over burnt seafood. How's that going to look when you try to explain that to your family? All right, Vamos Yankees, he says any seafood one. Once some lady at my old job put crabs in a microwave and tried to deny it. Oh, come on, own it. Daddy Sports says there's always one dude heating up the chicken vindaloo. Not as good as the second day. Got to knock that out one day, homie. Now all future people dishes have a hint of vindaloo curry flavor the rest of the day. See, that is the thing, though, too. Like, if you do overcook something, not only is everybody else's food going to taste that way, but it permeates the whole smell. Like before, like I said, we smell it the next day.
Yes.
You know, it gets around like cigarette smoke.
Yes, that's true. And there's foods, like, for example, I've had experience with someone who heats up popcorn. I love the smell of popcorn, but that shit smells for a while. And they'll walk around with it, and it'll be, like, in work. And not everybody likes the smell of whatever you're eating. That's something people should really recognize. Just because I like the smell of popcorn doesn't mean everyone else at work does. People don't want to smell that shit.
You got to be careful with popcorn, too, because I've seen here in, like, the police blotter in New York City, people in their apartments and homes and in their workplaces, when you overheat popcorn, will set off the smoke alarm. And if you're doing a commercial building here, like, the FDNY is showing up. So explain that one. Sorry, sir, I overcooked my Orville Redenbacher's microwave popcorn. You got to, yeah. Whoops, guess who's paying that bill? Gaba, thank you comments. Tuna salad. If you're nuking that one, congratulations on the stomach pains that you've earned. Barbara Harney, she says cabbage. Rough Guitar comments grilled salmon, which I was guilty of microwaving at work many times. Guess what? I don't care an iota. My lunches were legendary. Just ask Jersey Joe. That's Dennis. He's right. His wife was a gourmet chef, and she would actually give him all kinds of good food. He heated up some couscous for me one time that was pretty succulent. Courtney comments and says tomato soup. Really, Matt Treat, corned beef, and cabbage. Anything with cabbage, period, It is a terrible smell. We got a few votes for cabbage on this one. Yeah, Rachel Talk, she says broccoli. Annie Nixon, shrimp scampi. Oh, here comes some controversy. Prepare yourself, Joel, because here comes Ed says, never microwave pizza. Not because of the smell, but because it just ruins it. Toaster, oven, or oven to reheat pizza only. And he got a comment that Aaron Flex says, well, I agree with you on not wanting to microwave a pizza. I will say if you add a wet paper towel, it helps. The crust remains soft. My work didn't have a toaster, oven, or an oven.
My thoughts on that are pizza is best eaten as soon as it's made, especially if it's made with decent ingredients. But if you get something from Little Caesars or if you get like any big chain pizza that has a lot of preservatives in it, microwaving it is fine because the shit will still be fine after a week, which actually should say something to you about your diet. But I'm not going to get into all that right now. If you have actual good made pizza, you have to have it soon. You can't wait a week to eat it. You can't reheat it. He's right. Like, that is something he's right about. And if you put it on the stovetop or in the oven, it's way, way better, especially if it's real ingredients.
Counterpoint, I like cold pizza, so I don't need to reheat my pizza. If it does happen to sit in the fridge for the next day, hey, that's good enough for me. And then there are types of pizzas that you have to microwave, like those little personal DiGiorno ones that are like $1 in the grocery store. They're made to be cooked, so they're the ones you like at a babysit. But yeah, well, you got to know, though, but they're another one, too, though. Like, if you leave that thing in that microwave oven too long, well, good luck when you burn that cheese, because nobody's going to be your friend.
Right. We're not talking about DiGiorno.
It's not delivery, man. It's DiGiorno. All right. Send us a free case of DiGiorno's by the DiGiorno Corporation. Dropping the product plugs once again on the brew. Warrior comments. Mike F325 says, authoritarian types of management. They first need to be filleted and cooked slowly in the oven. You can stuff their head because there's no brain in there. If you make them think it was their idea, they will agree to the process. All right, so basically we're talking about murder here now by sticking somebody's cranial unit in the microwave.
Michael is a wise person, I will say. He's been around for a while. I like his answer. That was a wise answer. I really like he threw us that curveball.
Just remember when you do microwave your boss's head in the oven to shut off the security camera so there is no proof. So the cops
I'm not touching this one.
Cops don't show up and all of a sudden you're the subject of a Dateline murder mystery. Rockford Guitar has a long one, but an interesting one, so we're going to share this one. Beyond what foods you shouldn't microwave at work is a far more important, disgusting, and inconsiderate habit. Why is it that many coworkers can blow sauces and food debris all over a microwave and never clean up after themselves? This drove me so crazy that after cleaning up other people's messes, I bought my own microwave for my edit room. Just ask Jersey Joe, he knows it's true. Then guess what? The bastards found out and started using it in the afternoon shift and still no respect. Assholes for sure, so I asked, are there more of them out there than are of us? Joey cleaned his shit up, enough said, that's off my chest. Ha ha ha. So the point Dennis is bringing up is, all right, if you do make a mess in the microwave at work, you blow your sauces all over, common courtesy, clean it up. But we've all worked with coworkers that just don't do it.
Blow your sauces everywhere. That's a good way to live. But I will say this. Most people are inconsiderate, especially when they don't have to be. That's kind of the American way. It's an American thing, by the way. And so if people don't have to do what's right, they're not going to do it. It's just how it is here. It's shitty, but that's true.
But J City Picks has the final comment of the show, and here comes the showstopper, something you shouldn't microwave, your coworker's hard drive. I got to give Pete 10 points for creativity. Now, and if this was the Captionist game show, he'd earn a spin of the prize wheel right now.
I like the creativity. Think outside the box a little bit for it.
And if you do throw your coworker's hard drive in the microwave, too, it'll be one hell of a good light show. I actually watched a coworker one time accidentally microwave foil, and I'm like, and then nothing happened. I was like, wait a minute.
They weren't someone who left the room.
Oh, yeah. Before the FDNY showed up once again. All right, well, hey, you guys want to have lots of fun, click that like and subscribe button down below for all the big shows on Jersey Joe 50 YouTube channel, including Captions and Spin the Win, what I just aforementioned, where you can win an Amazon gift card for captioning funny pics. Lots of fun here on the big channel, lots more bar talk like this, and all right, we've learned a lot of good ideas, but unanimously, at least, we have to say that we determined that you should not microwave seafood at work.
Right, yeah. That's quite obvious to everyone.
Yeah, so when they use this one on Family Feud, make sure you put that as your big money, fast money answer. Jersey Joe here, eye in the box over there saying thanks for watching. Thanks for all your great comments, and we'll see you next time, I hope.